Guys, what's up? So I already know you guys already subscribed to my channel. So what's happening here? We were packing a friend's polo. It's my friend's polo to me, and his girl. So here we in Soweto, we just came here to do a C notch. We needed to do a C notch here. Guys, this Mandela has been doing C notches for me for a long time. I like his work, he's really quick and he's good. I think he actually does for most of like the people from Soweto, you know. So that's what we are busy doing here. So at least we know when it goes down it will tug. If you don't do C notch, then trust me, it won't be balanced when you drop the car. This is why you really need to do a C notch. Here he was done doing the C notch. This is the finished product. We just need to clean it. We're leaving so we can go, but yeah, we're a little bit stuck. As soon as we got there, I was just checking out the wires that I had. This was actually the night before when I was checking out the wires, because I also had air on my polo. So I was just looking at some things because I was not understanding a few things, but I don't even know why I used only bright color for the copper wire, but I was just going through it just to see again and understand what did I do different. This is actually my garage. I was busy looking at these wires, trying to understand what am I doing exactly. Got to the shop to buy the material. There's actually like certain bolts you need to like actually get. I was also getting the wires here from this build it. So we're actually doing this car at a friend's house. No, actually we're doing it in my house, but I needed to get this wires in Kagiso, one of the build it places. So this is where I was busy doing all of that. Okay, so I took out everything. The pack, I just took out this box. Look at this massive box, guys. Tag bags are on site. It's empty here. Now I need to do wiring. Everything is in the front and back bags. Guys, Airlux wires are really that simple. Like, colors match everything. So there's wires that go to the block and there's wires that go to the Bluetooth kit. So you have to connect both of them together. But like I said, this is really not that difficult. There's also a manual like on the app. If you want to really check your wires, you can always use the app to actually find out what are you doing wrong, or if there's something that you do wrong. So the problem people have is that they mix the wires, and then when you try and put up, like let's say you try and put up at the left, it picks up at the back, or it picks up at the right side. So this is what you need to always look at when you do your wires. Here I was just taking out like some of the stuff, the likes of the relay, the likes of the water trap. Like everything is really that simple. You just need to make sure when you do this, you do it properly. As you can see, brand new. Everything was brand new. So they literally bought the whole kit. Guys, like when I say the whole kit, there's nothing second hand here. it's always good to work with something new, because if you're using something that is second hand, you might have a problem. Like the person who sold it to you probably didn't tell you, maybe the block is the problem or the management has a problem. So buying new things can help, but you will later see in the stage that there was a fault actually on the block, so I had to take it back to Airlux, and then they gave us a new block. That's one of the problems we were facing. Unwrapping the new tank. Like guys, this work just actually makes me happy. Like when I do this, like I'm always literally happy. You know, working on cars is like one of my favorites. So I was using my sound backboard for thingy as a table, because I didn't have a table. You know, compressor, everything, like I said, brand new pipes, brand new bags. Literally there was like nothing secondhand, and that made me happy, and it was easier for me to work with, you know. But if you do have like a problem with your air, I can try and find out what's really the problem. Sometimes you just find out that your relay is probably burnt, maybe like your tank is not charging itself, things like that. Or your compressor, or you'll find out that your compressor has a problem. That's why you always need like to monitor this stuff. I was using, actually forgot what's the name of this glue. Is it Presley stick or is it, what is it? It's actually a funny name, man. Stick something. But yeah, Loctite. Yes, Loctite. So I was using Loctite just to keep everything intact. Here I was done doing everything. As you can see, I put everything together. I like to assemble things together, so I don't have like any funny business. And then I was moving on to the block, putting everything Loctite, just making sure it's properly sealed. But sometimes, guys, Loctite, sometimes it's actually a problem. It might leak in some sort of way. That's why there's a specific tape you can use so that you don't have problems. Like I said, the wires. This is the wires. I was just busy like, yeah, I use my teeth, guys. That thing of using that funny tool or the pliers, it can actually take a long time. So I normally just use my teeth. I would like to say I have strong teeth, but I'll be lying. Guys, do subscribe to my new channel. I had to close my old one just to open a new channel, you know. So this is my new channel, and this is one of the first videos that I'm posting regarding the cars. On this channel I also have like things like music videos that I once did long time ago, you know, just here and there. I actually do a whole lot of things, but yeah. And guys, a good masking tape, you need to have a good masking tape. There's actually those other masking tapes that you get, Kobo, my friend. So you need to make sure you have a good masking tape for the work that you'll be doing, and you know, mask it so that it can just be neat, you know. But make sure all your wires are good so that you don't need to be like removing and putting again, plug into the block. So I put everything together there where I can see it, and I do everything in stages. So I do know, and I remember what I didn't do or what I did or what I must still do. This is why I always do things in stages. It makes it easier for me. At the same time, I was waiting for the boys to come through. My friend Moses Express, I was waiting for him to come through. The owner of the car, I was also waiting for them to come through. So he actually came from like work. Guys, let me tell you something about this boy. This boy knows a whole lot of stuff. As young as he is, he just knows too much. He even knows how to drive. The other time I was taking chances, I just said, okay, drive. If I bumped there, I don't know who was I going to blame besides myself. But this kid knows a whole lot of stuff. Like, but here he didn't know like much about air suspension.
Where's the one
So
you're
just
doing?
schooling him a
Nah,
little bit.
is it here?
And then yes, that's one of the owners there.
Oh, you see, you must put both sides and make sure you put.
She came from the house, and then her partner actually was like, literally he came from like work. They had a shoot they were doing, cause he shoots for Orlando Pirates. You know, he shoots for Orlando Pirates with one of my close friends. Said, boy, this is Mr. Express Moses. And then, oh, you my banner, oh, you my banner. My banner is always there. What I like about my banner, like, when it's time to work, that nigga puts in work. Like, that's what I really like about him. We're trying to figure out some stuff here, you know, putting the bag and stuff like that, removing the shock, the old shock. Oh yeah, guys, when it comes to the shocks, you guys always need to have Vaseline. Trust me. You need to lubricate the shock, or else if the shock is not lubricated, you will damage your O-rings. That's why, or you'll have leaks. That's why. And then this is tapey. As you can see, I had a capiana there. You know, we are moving nicely. Henny on it, you know. So some of the clients, they literally like will buy food, all of that stuff. He came with like Hennessy, guys. Like, do you understand how nice we were working? But like, yeah. Oh my God, cameraman. What's going on with the cameraman? His fingers all over the camera. But, you know, I couldn't do both. I couldn't shoot and at the same time hold the camera. Oh yeah, to remove the shock, the reason why we're hammering the shock just so that it can come out properly. Like I said, guys, this kid knows a lot. He's even jagging, doing everything for us. And then our company, you see, we had nice company. Dashing.
What do you mean? Ah, you are tying. You must go. You see?
Ma relax, man.
Wabofa uyetsa jwa. Wabofa monna. Oh. Yeah. Hey.
Don't laugh.
Because that side there's not this cover, and this cover is needed that side. Or else, eh? It's all shit. Kids.
Guys, in this situation, so what happened here is that we tied like on the tank there's a lot of what do you call this, places you can put the air pipes and stuff like that. So what happened is that one of the bolts we tied it too much to a point where it snapped, so we had to remove and make a plan.
Beta ke beta dumi. Wahlala wena mfanaka. Beta ke beta mfanaka. Yathaka straight. Eh? Whoa!
Yo, guys, the handbrake. We literally forgot that this car doesn't have a handbrake. And then, a whole lot of crazy stuff happened. But luckily, nothing was damaged.
No, if it's on the floor like this, it's fine.
One front, one back. So that means because when you lift the brake, it is one side and one side. Then it was gonna even go low if it was.
Hey. Beta ke beta falaga.
Look at this one.
Hello. Sure. Okay. Ah, no, well, Moses.
Hey, wait, what? Bring.
Guys, so we had a problem with the relay. It was actually giving us a problem. Not only the relay, but also the problem with there's a switch that goes on the tank. So I don't know why, but they just like gave up, so they're not working really that good. So we had to make a plan.
Get crazy.
And then we were also like just checking our wires if everything is really good. So here, this is also when we found out that the block is a problem, because when we lift the car up in a different direction, when we lift the car up like the front, it will actually lift it back. But our wires were really correct. So now we had to change the pipes again and try and just make it work like that. But it wasn't really working the way we want. So we just had an idea. Why don't we go to Airlux, take back the block, fix it, you know? Then we can like sort everything out. We also didn't have pushing terminals. So here we're just putting the pushing terminals so everything can sit properly. I don't know how I forgot about that, but now that's what we're trying to just sort out. Make sure everything comes out nice and nice, so we can sort everything the following day. This is me driving to my boy, you know, fixing like what I said. We got a new block. Now we were just like putting everything back together nicely. He actually drove it home with all that mess. Luckily it wasn't far from my house. Then here we're just now putting everything together, making it like kind of look neat, you know. So because of also the switch, I was using my tank because we had a switch problem. So we started using my tank. That's why you can see the tanks don't look the same. So luckily his tank was now good and was back. So we also had to remove the tank, put his tank. At least he had a new switch and a new block. So that's what we're now just sorting out. And most of the time like Moses is really good with wires, so that's why I just normally tell him to do the wires and I'll do like the other stuff because he really understands the wires. Guys, also sound system, that's like one of our things we do, like, you know. So if you have sound system, anything that has to do with like car cosmetics, just let us know. We'll help you. So guys, here another thing, there's a under the car you need to like, there's certain places you need to weld just for the air to sit properly, but apparently there's a different solution. But in this case, because we wanted to be able to drive the car to the guy who's gonna do the welding for us, I'm gonna show you what I actually used. Let me show you what I actually used. Can you see it's like a bearing or something like that? That's what I was using, just to hold it in place so it doesn't move around, so that the airbag doesn't move around, until we can do all the welding properly and make sure that it's neat and it's held properly. Guys, you see the fact that you can't see the pipes, we made sure everything is neat so that you don't really see the pipes. As you can see, you're looking under, but there is pipes, everything is ran properly, but you can't see the pipes. That's why we call a neat job, guys. There's the washer I was using, just so that it can hold until we get where we need to get. I know some people are gonna be like, no, why was he using this? You can't use this here. Guys, like I said, we were just doing this so that we can be able to get where we want to get and weld everything in place properly. Guys, in 28 so what do you say?
So guys,
No problem.
this is the finished job
Here we were done.
of the polo. The two.
Then she tells you, my boyfriend has the same car. Guys, look at the difference. Clean wash, Yana, just to make it look nice, you know, nice like mayonnaise. So guys, please do subscribe, follow me, repost, tweet, do everything you gotta do. Also on IG, 777 KPS Customs, amazing and fix